What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to be going over this Glock 27 build in front of me. This is my latest Glock build, what I've been putting my energy into, my research time, trying to find parts that match, that are also reliable and of quality, and we are going to go over it. It has been safety checked, it has been cleared, so we're good to go. But before we get started, I did want you guys to drop in the comments what you carry today, what kind of holster, what kind of defensive ammo. Put anything in the comments. Tell me your thoughts on this build, your thoughts on what we're going to go over, and so on. It all helps the channel. But you guys wanted me to continue my SIG P365 builds, so that's what I'm doing. I ordered a magwell for my X Macro, and then a bunch of extra parts from Tyrant, so they're all going to match. And that's why I went with it, is because what I realized with my Glock 27 here is it's very hard to find the perfect colors to all match. And I wanted everything to match that KKM precision barrel, and I found a lot of different parts that did match, but they're not always the exact same color, so they're a little off. And especially with wear and tear and stuff like that, it might end up changing the overall look of the firearm. But it is what it is for everyday carry. So that's why I went with one company for a lot of these parts that I'm adding. So right here we got a takedown lever, extended mag release, extended slide release, and a back plate, and they're all going to have the exact same pattern on them. And I've run Tyrant parts on other firearms before, and they've been reliable, so went with them. And then for my Hellcat, which it's rare to see Hellcat builds, simply because there's not a lot of, like I said, color matched parts. There's not a lot of aftermarket support for the Hellcats. They're great right out of the box, but we're going to try and spruce one of my Hellcats up because I have 3 Hellcats, 1 Hellcat Pro. So we're going to do my black Hellcat with red, and check this out. I'll go over all the other parts in a video, but that's going to be the base plate, slide cover. Check out that trigger. Woo! That looks awesome. And then takedown lever staying black, and then right here we have the extended mag release, and it's gonna be awesome. But the nice thing about doing stuff like this and working on your SIGs and stuff like that is you really get to learn the firearm, get to learn the insides and outs of it, and that's a great thing to have down the line in the future. But let's get into Glock 27. So I actually found this at my local gun store, which is actually where I've been finding so many amazing deals. Oh wait, sorry. We had to go over one more. This is also for my SIG P365 right here. This is their comp system. Absolutely awesome. So I just have to find a cool threaded barrel. I'm probably going to go stainless steel as well, because it already will match the builds I have going on right now. Stainless steel or black. But anyways, awesome comp system. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. So we're going to put that all together, keep making videos for you guys on that, and I'll keep you guys updated. You guys wanted to see SIG builds and Hellcat builds, so you request it, I try my best to get to it. So, and like I said, I went with all Tyrant because their machinery is just, or their machining is just on point, and they do a great job, and it looks awesome. So, this Glock 27 build I got for $300 at my local range / gun store. I was actually calling about a $400 Glock 26 they had there. It had $130 sights on there. It had a nice Cerakote job on the slide. It had a bunch of aftermarket upgrades that wouldn't affect reliability and were actually quality, and they're getting rid of it for $400. And I saw it a couple days before when I was shooting there, but I didn't pick it up. And then it came on my mind, and I was like, okay, I'm going to call them, see if they still have it, see if they can hold it for me. They said no, but we do have this Glock 27 completely stock Gen 3. And I said, okay, I get not really what I'm looking for right now, but how much? They said $300. And the reason why I picked it up for $300 is because they gave it to me $300 no tax out the door, because I bartered with them a little bit. But the reason for that is now I can spend the extra money, $200, $300 to get it to the price of an average Glock and have it looking like this. So getting it for such a good deal used, I can now do more things to it. You can sell the other barrel and just upgrade with an extra $50 to a KKM precision barrel. You can get all these extra parts and have it looking like this for about the same price or even cheaper as a stock Glock. So I thought that was really cool, and they told me it didn't even have a single scratch on it, and all wear and tear has been put on it from me. I mean, it's literally nothing. There is nothing wrong with this thing. It's absolutely amazing, the deal I got on it. But that's what happens when people call firearms obsolete, or also they're chambered in a firearm that they don't realize can just be converted down. The person, if they wanted a less snappy firearm, could have just put a conversion barrel in here and made it 9mm. It honestly looked like it had about 10 rounds through it. So, great deal. But let's get into it. Henning Group base plate. You'll notice I have these on my Glock 26s, my Glock 27s that I carry the most. And that's because in this setup right here, this adds 2 extra rounds. So this is 11 plus 1. This is 12 rounds of 40 in this really tiny package. It keeps it very small, but still sneaks in those 2 rounds, and I've never had an issue with any of my Henning Group base plates. And on top of that, for the Glock 26, if you get this same base plate, it adds +3. And also the coloring is really nice. Cool little logo right there. But your Glock 26 will now have 13 plus 1. You'll have a 14 round setup in this small of a Glock 26. So that's why I go with them. I got the stainless steel pin kit. I believe that was from the Glock store on eBay. This right here is the Invoke takedown lever. And if you notice, check that out. They say that that provides 2 times the extra grip on it. It doesn't look like it because he gets rid of some of the extra material on the sides, but in that middle, it gives you a lot of leverage for taking it down. I know there's some people with bad fingers, some people with bad hands, stuff like that, so they have a harder time taking it down. This is the way to go. And once again, it's one guy. He has his own company. He actually told me he quit his full-time job to go into machining full-time for Glock parts. And my favorite product he offers, other than this takedown lever, is the slide stop for the Glock 43X. If you have a Glock 43 or a Glock 43X or a Glock 48, get his slide stop. It is textured perfectly. It doesn't stick out too much. It's absolutely great. Then when I was at the gun store waiting for my background check, they always take 20-30 minutes, even though I have a U-pin. I got some Talon Pro grips. I actually really like them, and I think the color is really nice. It's got a little bit of white in there that sort of comes off as silver with the contrast of the pins and all that. Then this right here is Ghost Ink. This is their bullet or teardrop extended slide stop. I absolutely love it. It is a little slippery, but I like the way it looks, and it's very functionable. But I like that it's rounded because it's not going to catch on anything. Whatever it catches on is just going to slide off it. So that's pretty nice. Then I took off my Spin Firearms backplate and went with the Mill Spin backplate. My other one was Mill Spin, but I wanted to get the Spin Firearms off there because I carry this a lot, and I don't want them to hold that against me. Then while I was also waiting for my background check, I picked up these slides right here. These are Mariglow sights, and what I like about them is the 2 rear dots in tritium are yellow, and that front dot is going to be green. So in the nighttime, it's yellow, yellow, green. Absolutely love that. Then, of course, the KKM Precision Barrel. I go with KKM Precision Barrels on my Glock 27s. As you can see on my other build, I have the same exact barrel. For one, the look. It just looks solid. It looks clean. Adds a little character to it. But also, it has a fully supported chamber in 40, which OEM Glock barrels are not fully supported. So if you buy a KKM Precision Barrel, it's going to be a fully supported chamber. And on top of that, they're just more accurate, better spec barrels. They just really are. They're great barrels, and they look super nice. And then on top of that, last but not least, people always ask me about guide rods. I've had issues with my guide rods from the Glock store in the past. I don't know if that was just my build. I don't know what it was. But the guide rod that seems to work the best for me, if you're looking for stainless steel, it adds a little bit of weight. But the real reason I get the stainless steel guide rods, especially on the 40, is racking that slide. Especially when you're cramming 11 plus 1 in this thing. And you know, it's maxed out. Racking that slide is much easier with the stainless steel guide rod. There's much less resistance. It slides really well. It's almost like lubricated is what it feels like. And on top of that, stainless steel will tend to last a little bit longer. As you can see, I'm not aiming it at myself. But you can see right here that stainless steel coming through. It also looks really nice with the barrel and the pins and all that. So it matches. But it's Avalanche arms for Gen 3 and Gen 4s. It just runs flawlessly. I have this on my stock Glock 27 that I used to carry a lot. I have it on a couple of my Glock 26s. Never a single issue with them. Although I've probably tried 5 different guide rod companies and had major issues with them. It just wouldn't cycle properly. On my Glock 26L, I used the tungsten guide rod from the Glock store, and it jammed almost every time. It didn't allow the slide to go fully back. It was crazy. So it was just nonstop issues, and when you spend $70 on a guide rod from the Glock store thinking it's going to work, you know, that sort of sucks. So Avalanche arms for Gen 3, they're only like $30 and they run flawlessly. And Avalanche arms makes good parts, so can't go wrong with them. But yeah, this is what I've been carrying. Absolutely love it. A great piece for the winter. You can even throw in the 13 round mag with the X grip from the Glock 23 and have a 14 round setup in a small setup, comfortable 3.5 inch barrel with great power. And what I love about this is you can literally bring this anywhere. This can be your main carry for everyday civilian life, but you can also bring it into the woods. You can bring it in the woods with 200 grain hard cast, and it'll basically take down anything in North America. Yes, it's going to be a little harder for bears than 10 millimeter, but if this is all you had is 140, you're going to be fine with the setup right here in most cases if you have the right ammo, which would be 200 grain hard cast from either Buffalo Bore or Federal. I know there's a couple companies that make, you know, in the woods self-defense ammo, so that's what I use. But then on top of that, you can make this your nightstand firearm. You throw a TLR 6 on here, and then have a larger mags, 15 round mag or a 13 round mag in here, you're going to be just fine defending yourself. You're going to have the power of a 40, the versatility of a 40, and then for everyday carry, I run Extreme Defenders from Underwood. They are the best rounds, and also Civil Liberty Defense rounds. They are the best rounds, hand down, for everyday carry. Not the Extreme Penetrators, the Extreme Defenders. Penetrators are for the woods, the Defenders are for everyday carry. So that's my go-to. Stay tuned to see the Hellcat and the SIG builds. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.